G'day everyone and welcome to the ESOC Spring Championships round of 64. What a tournament curtain raiser we've had. How good's it been? Mixed emotions, I think, for everyone involved. There's been upsets, there's been surprises, and it's quite disappointingly there's been two no contests due to scheduling issues, which sort of sucks for those, but you snooze, you lose. So without further ado, let's jump right in. So the first game I've got here is Soldier versus Donegal, or Kian, if you will. So Soldier actually came into this series a heavy favourite. He proved his class, rightfully so. And you know what? I actually really do like Soldier's style of play. He really owns the map that he's playing with. And even when you're playing against him, which has only been a handful of times, but still played him, albeit in a team game, to be fair. But yeah, anyway. So it just feels like he's got so many eyes. He's got an eye on the map, he's got an eye on his eco, he's got an eye on his military. He really does feel like he's everywhere, and I'm sure Donegal felt the exact same way with this one. He did lose this one pretty convincingly, going down 4-0, but you know what? There was some interesting moments coming from the man, and that sort of flaunted his merit, and he's here for a reason. It is the premier tournament of Age of Empires 3. So without further ado, let's roll into what Soldier had to say after the match.
Soldier after those two games, feeling good for the rest of the tourney.
Yeah, definitely. I'm feeling pretty good. I was playing ladder quite a bit the last few days and having some really good results. So I'm feeling probably better than ever right now.
Did you like try all the maps beforehand, or you just know them already? Like I saw your scouting pattern on Himalayas. You seem to know where most of the hunts, the livestock was, whereas your opponent Kian didn't. Obviously, being India, that really hindered him.
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing for a long time, so I think pretty much every map that's in this tournament I've probably played in a tournament series. So yeah, I'm pretty familiar with the maps.
It's funny you.
So moving on, we have a lopsided fluff, or Loppy, my Aussie compatriot versus Look Tom. So this one was a ripper. That was a really good series. It did go the distance, and we did see the underdog, Loppy, come out on top. Was a little bit of elo difference in this one. I think Loppy's sitting around that 1850 mark. Look Tom around the 2k mark. But look, I'm super stoked for Loppy. He got the job done. Look Tom did take 3 games off him, but Loppy just really came through with that one and finished the series, and he's on to the next round. Here's what he had to say.
We have the man himself here, Loppy. How did you feel about that last game, man? It felt like really close.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure what to pick because I had France up my sleeve, but I don't know, I've been playing lots of like France-Brit matchups recently and they just feel kind of horrible, so I was like, I don't know what else to choose. I'll just pick Howd, because I used to play a lot of Howd, but it doesn't seem like the best Howd map, but it worked out.
Well, congratulations, Loppy. You will be moving on into the round of 32, which starts next week. So the tournament schedule will be coming up. Loppy, do you know who you're facing, and what is your plan over the next couple of days?
I think it's Kingu. I think I'm playing Kingu. I'm definitely not going to beat him.
You're playing King of Boss.
Well done, Loppy. Get in, son. You can find both of these games on YouTube or Twitch TV on ESOC TV's channel. So that brings us to our next slide of Lionheart versus Routeline. This one was David Goliath. It was pretty cool seeing Lionheart truly show off his revolt prowess. He did sweep aside Routeline, who, the guy tried, but I really did feel like he struggled to keep up with the pace of the game at times. He looked like he was just a bit nervous to sort of make a move on Lionheart. Really just sort of just struggled to take advantage of situations that came his way, and Lionheart really took full advantage of that and capitalized. And you know what, he made a pretty big statement with his opening game, so one to keep an eye on this tournament. And the game was casted and streamed by HarrisonAOE. Now the next one was Carbone versus Thien, I think. So look, this one was a pretty tense affair. Theon actually claimed the first game, which brought him up 1-0, and then he lost the next 3 games. So it was 3-1. Looked like he was down and out, and he clawed his way back in and won the next 2 games, bring it to a tiebreaker. But ultimately Carbone, which expectedly so, sort of based off the elo difference, took out that series, and he'll be moving on to the next round. That game was also on YouTube and Twitch on ESOC TV's channel. That takes us to our next game, Joab vs Aliug, and what a comeback, man! That was just that was great. It's all we could say here. Look, Aliug skipped out to a 3-0 lead, really nice and early, and he looked curtains for Joab. Joab is 200 elo less than Aliug, which that it's a fair chunk, 200 elo, but he clawed his way back in. He got 4 straight wins. So he stole the show and he spoiled the party for Aliug, sent him packing home. That's another one, little black horse or dark horse, sorry, to keep an eye on throughout the tournament. And that was another one that was on YouTube and Twitch on ESOC TV. Now the final one in the series we have is Grogu versus Carp. So Grogu put on a masterclass here, taking the series 4-0, knocked out Carp, who is no slouch whatsoever. You can see him regularly on Soldier's channel, pushing Soldier right to the end and taking some games off him too. But look, the icing on the cake for this one was the Dutch mirror that Grogu won. Really showed his class and showed why he's off to the round of 32. This one, I believe, you can find on the ESOC forums if you want to watch that one back. And that will be all for today. Thank you, everyone, for listening in. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button to help bring me back to do a round of 32 for you all. Goodbye now.